my behavior and my energy is the most important thing, because a lot of times, like, you would think, why isn't giving all the love and affection in the world all the time the best thing? But dogs want to feel like they have a leader they can trust and respect, and I think that was a big learning lesson. I spoke to a few different dog trainers. There was just something so unique about Steve, because I liked that he incorporated dog psychology. And a lot of the other trainers I spoke to were like, 1 day a week is more than enough. Like, a puppy can't handle that. Where I'm like, this puppy is going to get immersed into a home with love and seeing how other dogs behave and learning how to behave and things that I've never heard any other trainer say. So I just felt safe.
So right here, it's like, if I wanted to go this way, I would put pressure. The moment she comes this way, let go of the pressure. Look, so she stopped, go. Look, as soon as she's going, pressure off the leash. And really what I'm focusing on the walk, right? Myself, more so than the dog. Okay. Head up, shoulders back, calmly walking, feeling good. Oh,
interesting. You're paying attention to your posture.
That's what matters about, because that's gonna be what I'm projecting out energetically.
It's so true.
Because people, this is what most of my clients walk their dogs like. And their arms like tense. And I'm like, would you be walking like that without a dog? No. So why are you doing it now? Because I don't want her to pull or this or that. I'm like, but you're creating that with this tense energy.
So I'm a very energetic person.
Yeah,
so I'm curious.
Perfect.
I'm curious. What, like, is it on? Would you say is this going too far? If you're like in a bad mood, maybe don't walk her then.
Yeah.
Like, right, walk her when you're like feeling confident.
Or use your therapist dog to say, hey, so you realize you're in a bad mood, change your state, and then go take me for a walk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm in a bad mood. I really shouldn't walk this dog.
But I need to get my shit together for the dog. Yeah.
So it's either don't walk the dog because you're probably gonna have a bad walk. Yep. She's gonna feel the tension and all that stuff. Or go through whatever you do to get out of that state, get to a more calm, confident state, and then go for the walk.
This
is another reason why dogs, they hold us accountable, but in the nature way. And the best thing is they're 100% honest and 100% in the moment. So you know they're not lying. And you know they're right now with you.
Can we just talk about this feminine urge thing? Because you told me the first time I have to resist the feminine urge to baby her, and I can feel it. I'm like, oh my God, I love this thing so much.
Yeah, we have to, so nature, nurture, right? We want to be able to nurture a dog. The feminine is going to definitely want to nurture way more.
Yeah, like all I want to do is just like.
Right. But there has to be a limit to it, and we have to do it at the right times. So what?
For the dog's best interest.
Yeah, because like same thing with kids and parents. Like parents sometimes are nurturing the wrong thing with the kid. You can give affection and do it at the wrong time, which is technically mean to the dog or mean to the kid. The kid just like steals something from school, and you're like, oh my God, that was an amazing job for you doing that.
Right.
Like, what's gonna take? The kid's gonna learn. All right, so do that more often.
Yeah. It's not like you're coming from like an aggressive, like, I'm gonna yell at her.
No,
but that's not the time to like encourage the excitement.
That's right. Because to me, like, people see love as just giving affection or attention.
Right.
That's part of it. That can be part of the love plan, if you want to call it. But love to me is like making sure she feels calm, confident in her whole life.
Right.
She has a leader that she feels that she can trust and respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's clear about life. I'm fulfilling her instinctual needs before my emotional needs. So how do you hold a leash? If I'm going to walk on the left side, I hold it in my other hand.
Okay.
Thumbs up, grab the leash, and then I just slide down. Like, where is she compared to me where my arm could be relaxed?
Okay. So that you can pull if you need to?
Yeah. So I have my leg, and I'm not really using like a lot of arm. I'm really just using my wrist.
To give her a little tug if she needs it.
Yeah. So my point is, if I wanted her to move her this way, I would just start to walk, but I wouldn't like make this big motion with my arm.
Yep.
I would have my leash like this, and just with my wrist, I would just turn the wrist a little bit, and then that's it. As soon as she comes, I'm going. I'm letting go.
Okay.
Because there shouldn't be any pressure on her. She should feel no pressure when she's following.
Right.
When she's calmly following, I want her to be pressure-free. Like, you're doing exactly what we want. Like, I stopped, you stopped right next to me. Perfect. No pressure on the leash. Right. But most people will stand here like this, tight, and hold her there. And I'm like, yeah, you're physically trapping her there. She's not willingly, psychologically staying there.
Yep.
Your first walk with Rumi.
My first walk.
And you should be thinking that you're the center of this walk.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is most people like follow the dog and go where the dog's going, but she should be like following you.
Okay.
So you just go for your walk.
Come, Rumi.
Feel it. Just start to walk. She's gonna come with you. Yep. Go ahead. Keep walking. Yep.
Keep putting a little pressure. She's stopping.
Yep. And you can even give her a little excitement. Let's go, Rumi.
Come on, Rumi.
Good girl.
Rumi, come.
Go ahead.
She heard you.
Yeah, go. You just keep
Rumi,
walking.
come.
Keep walking. Yep. And then release, please. Yes. There you go.
Good girl.
Yes.
Good girl.
she's going to be confused by this first one because she's been following me for 4 weeks.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So she's like, why am I following
like
this
you're her
one?
leader right now.
But this is normal. She's going to learn.
But she did so good that lap.
Yeah. So I'm just going to ignore. She's going to be like, oh,
Rumi,
but I know
come.
that guy more.
Rumi, come.
Yep.
Good girl. Good girl.
And so these would be the times to like when she's paying attention to you to pet her. Pet her right here.
Okay.
When she,
good girl. Rumi, come. Come here.
yeah.
Good girl.
Good girl.
You're such a good
So this
girl.
this makes sense to nurture the dog. Right? We asked her to do something that's good for her and us. And we said, great job. Now we'll give you affection for it. That's the right time to nurture.
Okay. If you say so. Okay.
Yeah. If you're going to do come at home, what people do is they start saying, Rumi come. Like the dog's smelling something over there and they start doing Rumi come. Right?
Oh, so I have to keep only saying it while she's coming?
Yeah, I would do it in the beginning. Like she still knows it. But my point is what I would do better instead, because the dog is nose first. You have like a little piece of treat or something, right? And she's doing something over there and you just come by and you wave the scent by her nose. And what do you think that's going to do? What's that? And then you move away.
Yeah.
And she's going, Rumi, come. And then pay for that.
So eventually, I don't have to wait for her to come.
That's right.
So she's still learning it.
Because we're working right now on conditioning her to create the association that when I'm doing this action of going to Mona, it means Rumi come.
Okay.
So when she does it, we say Rumi come. Does it? Rumi come. And then later on, she's like doing something, and you just say Rumi come, and she comes running over, and you're like, wow, she knows it now.
She's excited right now, which is why I'm not putting her down. But I don't know if she'll calm before I put.
She's pretty calm.
She's good. Okay.
Yeah, she's just making noise because of the
out.
camera. She's like, yeah.
I think she wants Erica to pet her.
Yeah. The good news, like, see, I would be. Here's the thing, like, with also when it comes to like knowing the individual dog in every individual case, like this one, I'm not as crazy about like the jumping thing.
Okay.
Because she's a little thing.
Right.
She's gonna jump up to here.
Exactly. I see what you're saying.
But I also don't want to get into the habit of, because she's still a dog.
Right.
That as a canine, I'm allowed to invade all these people's space.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not going to be as strict about the jumping or invading space thing, but we still have to be on it with her.
But the fact that she listens to you, like that'll eventually be me. So let's say people are over and she's not listening to them saying no.
You'll be me.
I'll say no. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Correct. And that's going to just take a little time. So don't feel like I got to get this by today or like when are you on Sunday.
She spent 4 weeks with you and you're a pro. So
correct.
I need a
so
minute.
I'm like shaping her and teaching her these concepts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm teaching her, this is how you do your math homework. And then she comes home, she's like, but how do I do it with you though?
That's
you know
why
what I mean? And then you do the same things I'm doing.
I need to learn it.
That's right.
It's not like I can just go home and do nothing.
That's right. Yeah, that's why a lot of these boarding trains don't work, honestly, like that people are doing. They send dogs to a place because they send them for like 3 weeks, but the owners just pick up and do a 1 hour go home. That's not enough. Imagine you just only took this dog home and we talked for 1 hour.
Right.
It would be very difficult for you to know what to do with this dog.
Of course.
Because the dog's going to be like, you're going to be like, how do I do this? There's so much stuff that we have to go over with her to understand the concept of it. And to me, it's more important that we're teaching you about dog psychology. So then you know what to do with like all dogs. And then also what to do individually with Rumi.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We're focused more on making sure she's like growing up to be a healthy, happy puppy. You know what to do to be a good, confident leader, parent figure for her. And then the obedience stuff is easy after that. So if they're doing like a lot of licking on, that means to me that's like, all right, we've been spending too much time like touching her and things, right? So
is that like an excitement thing?
Yeah, because she's telling you like, I'm not even that enjoying the petting thing. I'd rather just bite it or lick your hands.
Okay. Question about treats.
Yeah.
So is there like a general rule, like I can give her like 1 or 2 a day, like just whatever?
Just make them small.
Just small. Whenever she does
like
something
her,
good.
I was doing treat stuff with her. It's hard because like you got to make them small because she's so small to like, you don't want to like get her like eating so much food.
Yeah, the bully stick's like half her size almost.
The bully stick, she loves that thing. I'll give you that thing too.
It almost makes you feel guilty, like getting your puppy and bringing her to a trainer. But when I saw how beautiful it was here and how happy she was, I was like, okay, she's in really good hands and this is good for her. He just knows what he's doing. So I know she's in good hands. I know this is good for her. And he's also really teaching me because I know a lot of it is going to be how I interact with her at home and the things that I have to learn. I can't just hand off my dog for a month and think she's going to be perfect. So I like that he's really teaching me these things. And one thing him and I discussed, it's going to really help me too and help me grow.
Want me to show you Treadmill?
Yes.
Yeah, I just started doing it a little bit with her because she's so small and so young. You don't want to do too much of this stuff like right away.
I have like a desk treadmill, so it's tiny.
Yeah.
So it's probably good for her.
I've been doing it where I actually walk with her on it first.
Okay.
Roommate, we're going to go for a walk on the treadmill. You ready? Good girl. Wow.
Oh my God.
What a good girl. So this is what I was doing in the beginning with her. So to me, this is how you do the beginning, right? Like I built trust with her. So she says like, well, he'll do it, then I guess I'll do it.
So you go with her, right?
Yeah, like I wouldn't have done this day one because she's like, I don't really know this guy. I don't really know the other dogs here, so I'm not sure what to do.
Wow.
So then I was going to like this, now like to this phase. This is the next one I was doing with her. So my feet aren't moving, so she's getting used to my feet being stationary and still doing it. Good girl, Room. What a good girl. And I always want to end this treadmill and like, good girl, wow. Like this is a good time for her. Wow, she did so good there. Good job, pretty girl. Let's go. Boom.
Okay.
You want to try?
You think it's...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now just go on it. Just you calmly go on. Yep. And this is a perfect moment of like, I'm shutting down, right? So we give a little bit of pressure. The moment that she let go. Watch. Pressure. And then release. See it? Like up. Yeah, that's a good girl.
Okay.
Put her on either side if you want.
Okay. It's going to start on low?
Yep. Like 100 miles per hour. Just leave it like this. But it's good now she's smelling you, studying you, doing it. What a good girl.
Good girl.
Wow. Look at her go. Now give her affection right here. Good girl.
Good girl.
Yes.
Good girl. Her little tail wagging.
Wow.
Good girl. You're such a beautiful girl.
We had her do something. She gained some confidence because she did something and she did it with you. She followed you and all stuff. And we give affection to that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When most
She was
people
so happy at the end.
That's what I'm saying. And then now you connect to her that way versus connect to her. I'm just petting you just because you're standing there. Like, what's the point?
Yep.
To fulfill the human's emotional needs, yes, I understand that. But like with a puppy, let's make sure we're doing both. So you just got to do all the petting. Oh my God, great job. What cute puppy, blah, blah, blah. But she did something awesome.
Yeah.
You know, we had her accomplish something. This is the first already of why I think dogs are the best therapists of all time.
Yeah.
Because then that tells me, like, because I have the same things, right? But then that tells, like, so where else for you, this becomes, so where else may I doubt myself in other areas? Because she's saying, she hasn't done anything, right? She's just here.
Right. It's all a reflection on me.
And it's becoming like, man, I might screw this. I hope I don't screw this up. And da, 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 da. That can be like you're doing your next big project. I hope I don't screw this thing up.
Yep.
Da, 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 da. It's the same shit. That's why I love this thing so much. Like, my point is, as a therapist might bullshit you just to come back for another meeting and money. This one's not gonna bullshit you.
Right.
She's gonna be, and she doesn't care about money, doesn't care about anything. She should say, this is how you feel right now. So let's just say we were gonna like be making it, we would be in here, right? The food's gonna be here, but I don't want her here. So I'm gonna be like, go.
Yep.
Where is she? Yeah,
Yep,
right there.
she
Like, so
got
she can be around. I don't mind.
You just don't want her invading your space.
That's right.
Okay.
So I like this usually like see, like
Yep.
she knows this is going to be food kind of deal, this whole thing. And now she came in, I'm using my body to move her out. So I'm not like, get out, go away, go away. No, none of that. I'm just going to walk into her and send her away.
Got it.
You
So
know
like
what
I would
mean?
walk like this,
Yeah,
so she
so
backs
she's like
up.
that.
Yep.
And think of this, like your energy is going to be like a cone coming off of you. So if I'm facing you, this is my energy's going towards now.
Yep.
But if I'm facing this way and I'm like, hey, go away, she's not really going to be feeling
I've
it
got to
that
face
much.
her.
Yeah, so I'll show you like this.
Okay.
I face, go. Right? Shh. Now I'm back here doing what I'm doing. Let's just say that was a line. I would make sure that's your limit. I don't want you crossing this line right here. Like I'm doing this. Taking the food. So distance is respect in animal world. So she came, you would just move into her, say back up.
Yep.
When I'm preparing her food, I need distance. So look, she crossed the line, just walk into her. Slow, yep.
No.
Slower.
Slower?
So your assertive was good there, but the speed was a little fast. So this, so
Slow.
you can see it was more of like.
Yes, because she didn't back up right away.
Yeah. So then more presence of this.
Yeah.
Than speed.
She's like startled.
Yeah. I want her. Well, she got started in the fast movement, and then she's gonna start saying, okay, so Mona moves like this, so I'll start moving like this. Because people would see my dogs when they were like 4 months. They're like, how are they doing that at 4 months? I'm like, because I just challenge them.
Yep.
And they're capable of a lot more. So then I walk in. No. That's right. Let's bring it up, bring the food over here. So we can see it. So this is what I'll do with the food. I'll just show you the beginning, right?
Yep.
Now, dog, nose, eyes, ears. So scent. Now she's got the scent. For sure. Like I smell the food. So she knows now with food, I should probably sit and relax a little bit. Some of this starts happening, right?
She's just like antsy.
Yeah. And I do this, like when let her smell it so she can't really get it. So I'm covering it. So she's still getting the scent. And let's just say she started pushing on it, I would move her back. No.
Yep.
Yep. So just hold it here.
Okay.
Yeah, just so she can smell it. Yeah. Uh-huh. This is a great reaction though to food, right? Like she smells it, she sees it, she heard you. This is like medium to low level excitement.
Yeah.
So this, we're gonna wait for a little bit to let this part pass. Mm-hmm. And if let's just say she started getting distracted, wave the scent again.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Mm-hmm. It's a very different approach. So most people teach this. This is what they teach, right? They put the food like this, and they go, no, wait, okay. And this whole thing, it's like the dog flies to the food, eats the food fast. To me, I'm like, I want you to smell it, see it, hear it, the whole thing, and you're not gonna get it until you calm down.
Okay.
So number one is I need your mindset to be calm. Then the food will come to you.
Yep. So eventually, she's not even gonna cry or whine.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like, oh, food's being made. So like, okay, when we're gonna make
all
food.
All dogs freak out with food.
Except for mine.
Right.
So when I get mine, like Cassie or me will go to the back thing where the raw is, and that thing's open, they look over, and when they see like the things coming out, they go run to their beds and lay down.
They know, that's where they wait.
And then they'll wait there as long as we're preparing it. So this is a puppy's brain. How do I get it? And most people will feel bad for them this, and they just give it. Uh-huh. But I'm like, you just gave it like anxious. Why?
You're teaching her.
Yep. She's like, where did it go? But this like state of mind is getting really good. All I want to see here is more of her just like settle down. See, this blocks the movement. Wave it again. Now pull up a little bit.
Like here?
Just stay right there, yeah. Okay. The brain's like processing, like, how do I do it? This is good.
She stared right at me when she barked.
We almost got it. You see how she went to like a sit?
Yep.
This is the puppy figuring it out. This is great. So I was saying yesterday to one of my team members, like, this is the stuff that people just aren't willing to do with a puppy.
Right, it's time.
Pay that.
Now, but give it
to her.
Give it to
her, yeah. There you go. So we're patient about it.
Yep.
And she finally got to like,
Yeah, it's a lot easier to just put it down.
Yeah.
But then it's not the payoff for you or the dog.
And think about how we're working on ourselves there too. I like forced myself to start being calmer.
Yep.
Be more patient with things. But thanks to them. And you see it, she's not like crazy about the food.
No.
She doesn't go nuts. She definitely gets excited. And she's a dog who's definitely food motivated, which is good.
Not all dogs are?
No.
Okay.
Most are, but as most puppies are too. But we just want to make sure that I want her to feel good about food, but not obsessive about food.
Right.
Lose your mind about food. And that's what a lot of trainers, in my opinion, are doing is like they get them, it's almost like being a drug addict. It's like getting them addicted to the food thing. Like, oh my God, I'm so addicted to being aroused by food. And then they get them to do things for that.
Right.
But to me, then the dog is building a relationship with food.
Yeah.
So it's like whoever has food is going to be able to do something with that dog. And then if you're walking and there's something more valuable than food, the dog's off. See you later. There's a dog over there. There's a squirrel. There's a this.
I would say 90% of dogs that I see are obsessed with food.
Yeah.
Can't control themselves.
Yes.
Like jumping on you at the dinner table.
100%. So I have a job for like 10 lifetimes.
Yeah. We actually got connected through Caesar because Caesar spoke at Beacon, and I reached out to him and said, I need a dog trainer. Who should I go to? He recommended Steve. At the same time, Steve had seen my post through a mutual friend and reached out, so it was just meant to be.
That's what Caesar said to me the first time I met him. He goes, where are you from? When I started answering questions. I go, where do you think I'm from? He's like, I don't know, East Coast or something. I'm like, yeah, New York. He's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You doing good? See if I want her out of my space. Look, back. I'll keep my hand there. I'm just telling her I don't want her in my space.
Yep.
And this is not because I don't love her, it's because I do.
Right. Right.
That's the illusion to the public, is like, you're not loving her. I'm like, I see it completely opposite.
Yep.
Because my emotional needs are,
I know.
You know what I mean? But because I have to help her be raised to be a healthy dog, happy dog who understands the world like in a good way and not create anxiety and fear and all that shit. Don't come in my space right now. You have to learn how to, you can walk around and smell other things and do stuff. You don't have to be on me.
Yep.
Right, big girl? Right, big girl? Right, big girl? Right, big girl? But you'll come to the kennel, and what most people do is they try to like go in, do all this thing. Instead, just put her like right to almost being in.
And just hold her there?
Yeah, and she'll eventually go in on her own.
And then she stays?
Yeah, she's gonna stay in. And we showed her to not come out. So when I did first put her in, what is she gonna do? Just try to come right back out. So in the
first
beginning,
couple times.
yeah, in the beginning I let her go in and out because she's like, I don't know this thing.
Okay.
So first I'm letting her in and out. Then the next time I put her in and I just blocked with my hand, don't come out.
Okay.
And then when she settled, I invited her out.
Okay.
Then I did this part where I came to here and then I closed the gate and I was like, all right, we're gonna close this now and I'm gonna stay here. And then she was good about it, so then I opened it and then I invited her out.
Yep.
But she still knows not to come out until I invite out.
Okay.
Look, so just calmly put her back in. I didn't ask you to come out yet. My dogs, like at the end of the day, will be out here. It's like 9 o'clock or something, and they're like going in their kennels.
They go by themselves?
Yeah, like like Marty's the first one. He's out. He's like, I'm done. I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
And he's in there like snoring in the back. Then Dawson, and then Nico's the last one.
Wow.
But I don't even tell them. They just go. This is where you can give food in here and stuff. This is where you can give, oh, what a good girl. Being so calm. Look, Rumi. Rumi. Come on, girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Came out. Wow. Good job. Good job.
From how I've seen his dogs behave, like that's how I want Rumi to be. I want her to be that calm, that independent, and just to know she can trust me. It's really hard because you want the puppy right away, but this is just professional training that I wouldn't have known as well myself, and I'm so grateful. The 4 weeks went by and now I get to bring her home.